We are 25% down the road of the 21st century and halfway through the 2020 decade, at an inflection point where strategy is more important than ever, not only for companies, industries, and economies, but also for society. And yet, an HBR study highlights that CEOs on average spend a mere 6% of their time individually alone on strategic thinking. Additionally, over the last few years, we've seen two heavyweights overwhelmingly dominating the strategy conversation. First heavyweight in the strategy room, strategic and structural complexity. Strategically, indeed, over the last 2 decades, we've observed three major phenomena of complexity, starting with multiple paradigm shifts. Competitive shift from product and services to business model, a stakeholder shift from shareholder supremacy to stakeholder equilibrium, and a landscape shift from closed vertical industries to open horizontal ecosystems, just to name three of them. A second phenomenon of strategic complexity lies in the rise of the purpose economy, leading to CEOs and business leaders mandate extensions way beyond the sphere of business, and consequently leading to a sharp increase in the number of variables CEOs need to consider when deciding about the strategic destiny of their company and their industry. Now, on top of this strategic complexity, structurally speaking also, we do observe tremendous complexity in the underlying structural forces that really shape the strategy environment. Think geopolitics or macroeconomy. But think also the three S, socio-demographic, sustainability, and society. Think regulations. And last but not least, think technology, with a potential exponential industrial revolution. And while each of these structural forces is individually in itself inherently complex, their interconnectedness has just multiplied the complexity of strategy making all around the world. Now, beyond complexity, the second heavyweight in the strategy room is uncertainty, with yet another challenging question for CEOs and business leaders. How to plan strategically while being constantly challenged to redefine the short, the mid, and the long-term time frame of business. So in this context, what is the best answer to the strategic complexity and uncertainty of the 21st century? I firmly believe that the best strategic answer to complexity and uncertainty lies in finding the best strategic questions of simplicity and clarity. My name is Maina Kempoyo, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to the University of Strategy, strategy made simple and elegant. Because this is exactly what we are going to do, one strategic question at a time. In particular, we'll dive into the most strategic questions CEO needs to answer in order to articulate the very best strategies across the purpose, the corporate, and the business model dimensions of the firm. And to do so, the University of Strategy will rest on two pillars. First, a 2-decade experience advising CEOs and business leaders on some of their most strategic opportunities and challenges. And second, it will rest on 4 mass strategic publications as a body of knowledge to really help you rethink strategy in the light of those very critical questions. And those publications are the 10 Commandments of Your Business Model, 10 Golden Rules of Headquarters Strategy, 10 Principles of Strategic Purpose Activation, and finally, 10 Keys to Unlock the Strategy from Your Strategic Planning. So, who is this University of Strategy for? Obviously, if you're a CEO, Chief Strategy Officer, executive in charge of or aspiring to be in charge of strategy, you belong to the very natural audience for the University of Strategy. But beyond titles, this University of Strategy aims to speak at the most strategic aspiration of business leaders. Hence, more specifically, if you aspire to master the purpose, the corporate, and the business model dimensions of your strategy, as well as the strategic planning dimension orchestrating them, if you aspire to master the art of strategic thinking by mastering the science of strategic questioning, and if you aspire to master the variables of your strategic advantage in order to redefine them to the benefit of your company, your industry, and the economy, then this University of Strategy is for you. And I very much look forward to guiding you on this strategic journey, and even more importantly, to help you give your strategy the elegance of simplicity, to implement it effectively, and shape your legacy for the 21st century. I see you in the first episode.